Have you ever felt your blood pressure rise just by being in the same room as someone? That colleague who always gets under your skin, or that relative who knows exactly which buttons to push? You're not alone. Every day, millions of people struggle with staying calm around difficult people. But what if I told you that ancient Buddhist wisdom holds the key to maintaining your inner peace, no matter who you're dealing with? Buddhist teachings offer timeless wisdom that can help us navigate these challenging relationships with grace and understanding. Lesson 1. Change your perspective. Buddhist wisdom teaches us that our perception shapes our reality. When we encounter someone we don't like, our immediate reaction is often to see them as the source of our discomfort. However, the Buddha taught that our suffering comes not from external circumstances, but from our attachment to how we think things should be. Consider this. Every person who irritates you is actually your teacher. They're showing you parts of yourself that need attention and healing. When someone's behavior triggers negative emotions in you, it's an opportunity to look deeper into yourself and understand why you're reacting this way. Think of your mind as a clear sky and your negative reactions as passing clouds. Just as clouds don't change the fundamental nature of the sky, difficult people don't have to change your inner peace. The next time you feel irritation rising, pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this interaction? What is this person teaching me about myself? This shift in perspective doesn't mean you have to like everyone or approve of their behavior. Instead, it means viewing challenging people as catalysts for your own growth. Maybe that colleague who always criticizes your work is helping you develop resilience. Perhaps that relative who never listens is teaching you patience. Buddhist teachers often share the practice of looking deeply. When you see someone acting in ways you don't like, try to understand that they, like you, are shaped by countless causes and conditions. Their behavior might stem from their own struggles, fears, or past experiences. This understanding doesn't excuse harmful behavior, but it helps us respond with wisdom rather than react with anger. Practice this perspective shift by starting each day with a simple intention. Today, I will view challenging people as my teachers. When you feel yourself becoming upset with someone, take 3 deep breaths and silently thank them for showing you where you still need to grow. This simple practice can transform your most challenging relationships into opportunities for personal development. Lesson 2. Understand their viewpoint. Buddhist philosophy emphasizes the interconnectedness of all beings and the importance of compassion. One of the most powerful ways to stay calm around difficult people is to genuinely try to understand their perspective, even when it differs dramatically from your own. The Buddha taught about dependent origination, the idea that everything arises from various causes and conditions. Applied to human behavior, this means that people act the way they do because of their experiences, beliefs, fears, and hopes. When someone behaves in ways that frustrate you, remember that their actions are the result of their own journey, just as your reactions are shaped by yours. Take a moment to consider, what might be happening in this person's life that makes them act this way? Perhaps they're dealing with personal struggles you know nothing about. Maybe their behavior stems from past hurts or current fears. Buddhist teaching suggests that people who act in difficult ways are often suffering themselves. Practice this understanding through a meditation called walking in another's shoes. Spend a few minutes imagining the world from their perspective. What pressures might they be under? What fears might drive their behavior? What might their hopes and dreams be? This exercise isn't about excusing bad behavior, but about developing the compassion that naturally leads to calmer reactions. Remember the Buddhist concept of no self, the idea that we're all constantly changing and interconnected. The person who frustrates you today might be different tomorrow, just as you are different from who you were yesterday. This understanding helps us hold our judgments more lightly and respond with greater flexibility. When dealing with difficult people, try this practical approach. Before reacting, pause and silently say, "Like me, this person wants to be happy. Like me, this person wants to avoid suffering." This simple recognition of shared humanity can help dissolve the barriers we build between ourselves and others. Lesson 3. Listen actively. Buddhist practice emphasizes mindful attention and presence. When dealing with people we don't like, our natural tendency is to tune out or prepare our defense. However, true listening, what Buddhists call deep listening, can transform challenging interactions into opportunities for connection and understanding. Active listening isn't just about hearing words. It's about being fully present with another person. When someone is speaking, especially someone you find difficult, practice giving them your complete attention. Notice your tendency to interrupt, judge, or mentally prepare your response. Instead, simply listen with curiosity and openness. The Buddha taught that true understanding comes from paying attention not just to words, but to the entire person, their tone, body language, and the emotions behind their words. When you listen this way, you might discover that what seemed like hostility is actually fear, or what appeared as criticism is really a request for recognition. Try this practice. The next time you're in a conversation with someone you find challenging, focus entirely on understanding them rather than defending your position. Notice your breathing, keep your body relaxed, and maintain a gentle awareness of your own reactions without getting caught up in them. Remember the Buddhist teaching of right speech, communication that is truthful, helpful, and timely. Before responding to someone, ask yourself, is what I am about to say necessary? Is it kind? Will it improve the situation? Sometimes, the most powerful response is simply to listen without feeling the need to fix, argue, or defend. Practice this skill by starting with easier conversations and gradually applying it to more challenging ones. Notice how people respond differently when they feel truly heard. Even if you don't agree with what's being said, the simple act of listening with respect can diffuse tension and create space for understanding. Lesson 4. Imagine a calm place. Buddhist meditation practices teach us that the mind can be our greatest ally or our worst enemy in challenging situations. One powerful technique for maintaining calm around difficult people is to develop a strong inner sanctuary, a mental space of peace and tranquility that you can access at any time. This practice begins with creating a vivid mental image of your personal peaceful place. It might be a serene garden, a quiet beach, or a mountain vista. The key is to make it real and accessible in your mind. Buddhist practitioners often use this type of visualization to maintain equanimity in difficult situations. When you feel tension rising in the presence of someone challenging, take a moment to connect with your calm place. Imagine yourself there, feeling the peace and serenity of that space. Let the sensations wash over you, the gentle breeze, the warm sun, the sound of flowing water. This isn't about escaping reality. It's about accessing your inner resources of calm and clarity. The Buddha taught about the importance of finding refuge, a safe space within ourselves where we can rest and recover. Your calm place can serve as this refuge, helping you maintain perspective and respond skillfully rather than react emotionally to difficult people. Practice strengthening this visualization daily, even when you are not in challenging situations. Spend a few minutes each morning connecting with your peaceful place. The more familiar you become with this mental sanctuary, the easier it will be to access it when you need it most. Remember that this technique isn't about avoiding or suppressing your feelings. Instead, it's about creating enough inner space to choose your response rather than being carried away by automatic reactions. Let your calm place be an anchor that helps you stay grounded in your values and intentions. Lesson 5. Limit interactions. Buddhist wisdom teaches us about the middle way, finding balance between extremes. When it comes to dealing with difficult people, this often means finding the right balance between engagement and distance. While we should strive to maintain compassion and understanding, it's equally important to recognize when limiting contact is the wisest choice. The Buddha taught about wise action, choosing behaviors that promote peace and reduce suffering for all involved. Sometimes the kindest action for both yourself and others is to create healthy boundaries and limit unnecessary interactions. This isn't about avoidance or aversion. It's about mindful choice. Consider this approach. When you must interact with someone challenging, make it purposeful and time-limited. Plan these interactions when you're well-rested and centered. Be clear about your boundaries while maintaining respect and kindness. Remember that limiting contact isn't about rejection. It's about creating space for peace and understanding to grow. Buddhist practice encourages us to be mindful of our energy and how we spend it. Just as a garden needs protection from harsh elements to flourish, our peace of mind sometimes needs protection from negative influences. This doesn't mean building walls, but rather creating mindful boundaries that allow for growth and healing. When limiting interactions, do so with compassion, both for yourself and the other person. Acknowledge that everyone is on their own path of growth and understanding. Sometimes distance can actually improve relationships by giving both parties space to develop new perspectives. Practice this by first identifying which interactions are necessary and which are optional. For necessary interactions, prepare yourself mentally and emotionally. For optional ones, consider whether engaging serves a positive purpose for all involved. Remember that choosing not to engage can sometimes be the most compassionate choice for everyone. The Buddhist path teaches us that true peace comes from within, but it also acknowledges the importance of creating conditions that support our inner work. By mindfully limiting difficult interactions, we create space for positive growth and maintain the energy we need for our own spiritual development. Through these 5 lessons, we learn that staying calm around difficult people isn't about changing them, it's about transforming our own response to them. Each challenging interaction becomes an opportunity to practice patience, understanding, and compassion. As we apply these Buddhist teachings in our daily lives, we not only find greater peace for ourselves, but also contribute to creating a more harmonious world for all beings. Remember, the journey to inner peace is gradual. Be patient with yourself as you practice these techniques. Each small step forward is progress on the path to greater understanding and tranquility. May these teachings help you find peace in all your relationships, even the most challenging ones.